How you doing? I'm Attorney Gerald Griggs, the 13th President of the Georgia State Conference, and we are here for our January update on the workings of the Georgia NAACP. And January has been a robust month for the Georgia State Conference. We have traveled around the state, both convening with the Columbus branch for their Freedom Fund, as well as the Baldwin County NAACP for their celebration of the King holiday, where I was the keynote speaker and spoke on making sure we transition from the old movement to the new movement and stay energized in the fight for civil rights and social justice. We've also been standing with the families who've been affected by police brutality. We were present with Deacon Johnny Holloman's family as well as their attorneys as they announced the culmination of their civil lawsuit against the city of Atlanta for the untimely death of Johnny Holloman. We also stood with the family of Vincent Truitt, who celebrated his 21st birthday and continued their dedication to getting justice in the Vincent Truitt case. So we've been doing a lot in the Georgia State Conference in the month of January as we transition into February. We have some big events that are coming up in the month of February. So we are calling on all of our unit presidents and many of our members to come down to Legislative Day at the Capitol, which will be February the 12th at the state capitol, where we will convene with legislators to talk about our legislative agenda and our legislative priorities. But we will also be monitoring bills in the state that adversely affect the interests of African Americans and people of color, and that also help to economically empower those same people. So we are focused on legislation in the month of February as we are transitioning in our legislative session. We have to keep an eye on what's happening in the Gold Dome. And that's why it's important, again, that you join us on February the 12th for our Legislative Day at the Capitol, where we will be convening with legislators to make sure that our legislative needs are met in the state of Georgia. On that, we were also proud to join with the Gate City Bar Association, the DeKalb Lawyers Association, and the Georgia Association of Black Women Attorneys for a roundtable legislative conversation between the judiciary and the legislative branch. It was a powerful event at the home of John and Audra Bay, where we convened with the most powerful members of the judiciary, both from the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeals, and many of the Superior Court judges and municipal court judges, as well as our federal judges, and members of the Legislative Black Caucus, where we talked about the interest of African Americans and people of color. We focused on voting rights. We focused on economic empowerment. We focused on criminal justice reform and making sure that the Gold Dome understands the needs of hardworking Georgians, especially hardworking African American citizens throughout the state. So I was happy to be a part of that panel and have that discussion, and we have pieces of legislation that will be dropped very soon that address those needs for criminal justice reform, police accountability, as well as economic investment into African American communities. We're also hearing that coming very soon, there will be a piece of legislation to address reparations and the repair that needs to happen here in the state of Georgia for individuals who are descendants of slaves in this state. So a lot of robust conversation going on under the Gold Dome that affects the interests of African Americans. With that, we are fired up and ready to go. We are ready to move forward into the month of February. Of course, we have our executive meetings. We will have our general membership meetings, and we will meet at the Legislative Day at the Capitol on February the 12th. So if you haven't joined with a unit or you need to get back active, please join with a unit of the state conference as we are moving forward and we are standing up units around the state and we're reorganizing. We are happy to announce that the Albany-Dougherty County has already started reorganization, and again, there are several units that are up for charter consideration from the national board. So I'm hopeful that we will get information on those units and provide it to you as we move the state conference forward. I'm Attorney Gerald Griggs, President of the Georgia State Conference. This has been our January update. I look forward to engaging with you at the Capitol, and I look forward to a robust February as we move the state conference forward. Please stay connected. Follow us on all social platforms at the Georgia NAACP or on the website www.georgianaacp.org, and I'll see you at the next update.